Happy Friday. Today's workout is for time, and it's called reverse Jackie. So the regular benchmark workout is called Jackie, which is 1,000-meter row, thrusters, and pull-ups. So we're going to try it in reverse. So different kind of stimulus there, going 30 pull-ups, 50 thrusters, and then a 1,000-meter row here. This workout is meant to be done at a nice high intensity. Usually when you're ending off the pull-ups, you kind of have a little bit more fatigue under your belt in terms of the cardio aspect of it. This time, you're kind of starting with some more muscle endurance work, so working on the gymnastics movement, then weightlifting, and then finishing off with a movement that you can keep a really high pace with. So pull-ups here, guys, you can go bent over rows if you don't have a pull-up rig, or you can go some kind of towel pull-up if you can attach a towel into your door frame and be able to do pull-ups off of that. Make sure you look up online, there's some good tutorials on how to set that up. And then thrusters, guys, keeping it super light for today. The weight that's prescribed for the class is 45 pounds and 35 pounds, so 45-pound barbell, a 35-pound barbell for the ladies there. And then 1,000-meter row. If you don't have a rower, we can go for a run as well. It should be approximately somewhere between 3 minutes to 4 minutes of work. So if you have a treadmill also, you can go for a run on that, or you can go outside. If you want to do some burpees, I would say around 40 burpees would be ideal for the 1,000-meter row at the end there. Keep whatever movement you choose here, try to keep it monostructural, so something that you can continuously move and it's you can keep a nice high pace with. Even if you have like some kind of bike at home, you can use that bike and go for about 40 calories around there to do instead of the 1,000-meter row. For the time limit today in class, we gave about 18 minutes, so plenty of time to finish. I would say try to aim to get this done at least sub 12 if you can. It'll be dependent on what your progressions are for today and what your skill level is. So try to aim between that, keep that nice high intensity, and then at the end, remember, we want to try to go nice and fast, especially with this movement that doesn't involve too much skill and is just very cyclical in manner. So try to move as fast as you can at the end there to finish it off. Once you finish that workout, guys, you're going to cool down with some stretches. You can go into a lizard stretch, opening up that hip, getting a little deeper into the bottom of that lunge, and then going for a Fragon Stretch, which is targeting that groin. Again, kind of helping you guys stretch that out maybe from the Thursday, so from yesterday, doing those air squats, or if you have any tightness in the groin, that's a perfect stretch for you there. You'll see more details on how to do that in later videos. Overall, guys, I hope you enjoy the workout and the afterburner. We'll see you next for the warm-up video.
Okay, for today's warm-up, we are starting off with 2 minutes of some type of cardio. So you can run, you can bike, you can skip, you can swim if you got a pool. So pick something to get your heart rate up for 2 minutes. You can also do burpees. I bet you nobody is going to choose that, but I'm going to say it anyways. After that, we're doing 2 sets of 15 high pulls. So for that high pull, we're just going from a strict position today. We're gonna just keep those, you can use a kettlebell, you can use a backpack's a good one for this one. Just put your hands through the top of the straps, and you're just gonna pull your object up as high as you can. Notice how I'm leading with my elbows, and I'm trying to engage that upper back when I get to the top, and I'm trying to squeeze those muscles as my object gets all the way up past my collarbone. After 15 of those strict ones, we're gonna go for 10 Superman T Raises. So for the Superman T Raies, we're just gonna come down to our stomachs, and your hands are gonna be out to the side, and we're just gonna start off in a relaxed position. So your head and neck are neutral, looking down. Then from here, we're gonna raise our legs off the ground, try to keep the feet together, and you're also gonna raise your arms nice and high up off the ground. So you're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together. You're also going to feel your butt squeeze and your low back tensioning up as well. So 10 of those. Don't rush those. I always like to pause for like a second or 2 seconds when I get to the top and make sure I feel that engagement in the areas I talked about. After you're done 2 sets of those, you're going to do 2 sets of 15 Russian kettlebell swings. Biggest pointer to think about on those Russian swings, make sure that that hip comes back and that shin stays straight in the air. So I'm gonna look forward and I'm gonna use my hip to pop that object up every single time. We're going about eye level here with our weight, and at the top, I'm also thinking about pulling those shoulder blades together. Lots of activation in the upper back, rib cage in. After you're done 15 Russian kettlebell swings, you're gonna do 10 single arm presses. So for that single arm press, again, from that side view, we're pulling that rib cage down, squeezing the shoulder blades together before we even press our object. Once you get overhead, your head can go slightly through that window. I'm squeezing that shoulder blade again at the top for 10 nice and controlled on one side, and then 10 nice and controlled on the other side for 2 sets. Enjoy the warm-up today, guys. We will see you for the workout next.
Start off with a bent over row. So in that bent over row, feet are hip width apart, knees are perpendicular. Don't round your back, so flat back. If you're feeling tight, maybe you're up a little bit more, that's fine. If possible, drop down. From here, guys, you're gonna row that bar, in my case, as close as you can to the body. So if I had a single object, I'm still thinking about nice and tight with my elbows, not to the body, but the back, to allow me to mimic that tight bar path that I can get with a PC pipe or bar.
Try to use just one object for those thrusters. So we're gonna hold that in the front rack position. We're gonna come down, again, nice and controlled, just like that smooth deadlift. Coming down with control on the way up, be explosive with the hips, and drive that object straight overhead. Make sure, again, with that squat on the way down, we're staying tall with those elbows, making sure they don't drop at the bottom. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that workout. The afterburner today, we're gonna cool down with some stretching, specifically for that hip. We're gonna go into a 90-second lizard stretch, so very similar to kind of like a Spider-Man, a lunge stretch as well. What we're gonna do here, back knee on the floor, front feet kind of perpendicular to the ground. We're going to keep them both laying on the floor, so my knee's not coming off the ground. I'm gonna think about, in this position, lowering my elbows, getting as close as possible to the ground here, working in that position, trying to open up that hip or even get a little bit deeper of a hamstring stretch on my left side there. We're gonna go for 90 seconds on that one side, and then once you're ready, you can switch. Same idea here, keeping that shin vertical, back knee on the floor, getting nice and deep into that position. Make sure you're breathing as you do that. Once you're done that, guys, we're gonna go into that Fragging Stretch, which is a little bit more of the adductors and opening up that groin. So getting into a lunge position here, what we're gonna do is twist 45, so we're kind of opening up that hip here. Then we're gonna reach out in front of us, so in that 45-degree direction, and then push our hip back. And as you do this, you should feel a stretch in that groin area, a little bit in the hamstring, depending on how tight you are. And you wanna make sure that knee's not falling inwards, so you're actively pressing or pushing that knee out as you're sitting down into that stretch there. Once you do that, guys, on that one side, switch, same idea, the opposite side. I'm going to get into my lunge first, twist 45, reach out, and push my butt back as much as I can. That will be the stretch for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the afterburner, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next workout.